Yo, Geek Stranger Center here coming at you with more Katawa Shoujo. Alright, let's just get right back into it. When I pressed the page up key, it immediately went up, so yeah. Alright, so last time we were introduced to the school, we were introduced to the class rep and her friend, but also translator, or is it interpreter? Is it interpreter? Is that the word she used? I don't remember. It was either interpreter or translator. Either way, she does the same thing. So I don't think it matters at this point, but okay. Alright. Yeah. Got a new monitor, so that's why the camera's a bit higher up. This monitor's a bit taller, so now you guys get a higher view. It's good. It is hot in my room right now. God. Figured I'd get this video recorded. I thought about maybe recording it tomorrow, but then I was like, well, I have friends coming over tomorrow, so probably not the best idea, so we'll see what happens. Anyways, so let's just get right into it instead of wasting over a minute into the video with nonsense. Her enthusiastic statement of the obvious makes people around us stare, but Misha doesn't seem to care. So we proceed to the line. There's a rather long list of menu options, which seems great until I realized that many of them are to be students who need special diets. God, I can't read. How nice. It almost feels like I'm back at the hospital eating portions measured with scientific precision to meet the needs of the patients. I pick something at random and follow Shizune. God, I pronounced it so well last episode too. To a table, sitting opposite of her. Of course, gentlemen. As I nibble indifferently at the food I'd rather not eat, Misha pokes me in the side to get my attention and points to Shizune. I don't understand signs, so the point escapes me. Maybe looking at a person who talks to you is proper and polite. Do you want to know something? What? About anything. We're your guides, so you should ask if there is something. I wonder. Let's go to the library. Oh yeah, is there a library in the school? Lately I've gone into reading a lot, so I'd like to check it out. Yeah, this seems like the best fit for the character. God, I keep leaning into the right. God. Oh. Hold on a second. Okay. Misha gives the kind of frown that makes it clear that she doesn't consider reading a healthy hobby, but then picks up her smile again. There is! It's in the second floor. We could show it to you sometime. Thanks. I return to my food while the girls talk between themselves. Misha and Shizune sign back and forth very animately, throwing sideways glances at me, but Misha refrains from translating. Maybe they are talking about secret girl stuff or something. I quickly notice a conversation in sign is not enough to fill a silence. It's not. We arrive in the classroom early, but we're not the first. That girl. Something wrong with her face and her hand, it looks like. That dark-haired girl I noticed before is slumped over her desk at the class now. She jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with the elegance of a rhino. She shrinks deeper into her seat. I can feel her tension all the way from here, as if she were slowly turning into stone just from our presence. Misha and Shizune either don't notice or don't mind it as they walk directly past her to their seats and begin the course. Or, I don't remember what that said. I'm left wondering about her, even when the classroom slowly fills with other students and the teacher. Finally. Getting into the rhythm of school feels strange. It's as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Yeah, you're like... It's kind of like... It's basically being mentally prepared for something, but not being physically prepared for it. Towards the end of the class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. I do that too sometimes. Sometimes at school, I'd sit in class and I'd stare at the clock. I would just think, man, this class gets out at like this time, and I'm just like, God, we have like 30 minutes of class left. About that, whatever. It could be like 32 minutes or something, you know, I don't care. I shouldn't be this tired of my first day of school. I'm tired of every day of school, but luckily, I don't have school. I graduated. I'm happy about that. Maybe it's the long time spent in the hospital that made me like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless. I feel like being in a hospital for that long would do that to you. Before long, the final bell rings. School is finally over for the day. Beside me, Misha and Shizune are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me. Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today, Hee-chan. We've got to hurry already since there is a lot of work for us to do. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it. Ah, wait. The teacher said I'd have to see the nurse. Where do I have to go? Is that so? We can at least show you that much. Come on, the nurses have their own building, so we have to go outside. That fucking painting. That reminds me of Sid from Ice Age. I'm not even kidding. Also, this probably gonna go away soon. Same with the beard again. This is gonna all go away again because I don't like the mustache. I hate when it gets like really itchy. We join the flow of students making their way down the stairwell and outside, with the girls pointing out other senior classrooms in the same hallway as ours. When we get outside, the girls make their way to the smaller building right next to the school. It's built in the same style, so it looks like it's actually a part of the main building. This is the auxiliary building here. There's a lot of official and important stuff inside, like the Yamaku Foundation office and all the nurses' offices. They even have a swimming pool. How is that official? Don't be silly, Hee-chan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Anyway, all the nursing staff facilities are in there too. The head nurse's office is on the first floor. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow. Yeah, thanks. Bye. A whole building for stuff that has nothing to do with the actual education. I guess it's necessary for a place like this. Yeah, it's true. Bunch of disabled people. I walk in, hoping that this really will be okay. This really will be only a quick visit, like the teacher said. Why did I keep thinking that said okay? I have no clue. On a white door on the left is a green cross with the text head nurse and a nameplate. A voice from the inside responds to my knock almost immediately, but I can't quite make it out. I'm really sorry about all these failures, guys. God. My throat fucking hurts a bit. Glad I filled up before this. I know I needed to. I don't think it helped at all. God. It sounded a bit like an invitation to open the door, so I invite myself further in. The room is not large and it smells strange. A friendly-looking man turns around on his office chair to face me as I enter. His desk is neat and tidy, but the bin under the table is overflowing with used medical utensils. There are at least a dozen coffee cup rings lingering on the desk. Hello there, what can I do for you today? He is young-looking and sort of rugged, but the dimples in his cheeks wash that impression away when he smiles. Are you the nurse? He smiles like a person who has heard this very same question hundreds of times. Why, yes I am. It says so on the door, no? You can call me by my name or just the nurse like everyone else. Of course, I shake off my confusion, realizing I probably should grab his extended hand. His handshake is rather firm and friendly. Right, I'm a new student and my homeroom teacher told me to come and meet you. My name is Hisao Nakai. His eyes light up with revelation, and he snaps his fingers. Oh, you're that Nakai. I was just reading your file in the morning. Some kind of chronic arrhythmia and related congenital heart muscle deficiency, right? God, I really need to brush up on my big words, don't I? Jesus Christ. He gestures me to sit down in a vacant armchair in front of his desk. Yes. Good, well, you've probably been briefed about the school enough, so I'll just go over this quickly. We have all kinds of facilities available, mostly physical therapy and such. There's always someone from my staff around, even at night, so never hesitate to call us if there's a problem. The famous 24-hour nursing staff. Wow, this is like a hospital. Well, not exactly. For instance, we don't do brain surgery here. His joke feels so out of place that I'm left thinking why he even said it. Yeah, just that it's really weird to have so many medical people out of school. He'll get used to it. I'm not so sure of that myself, but I don't let the nurse know it. Now, let me just find your file again. While he searches for something from his computer and shuffles stacks of papers around, I let my gaze wander around the room. It's the epitome of generic, I'd like to say. Beige walls and ceiling, dark gray laminate flooring, and all the equipment you'd expect from a school nurse's office. Even the ridiculous educational posters are hanging on all four walls, reminding me to eat properly 3 times a day and from all the food groups. Smiling, the nurse draws a quick file from a stack of similarly thick files and opens it. So, you already have medication for the disease. Just remember to take your pills every morning and evening, and it won't be much help. Wait, what? Apart from that, do you do any sports, rash stuff like, I don't know, boxing? He grins to his own joke, but I don't. Well, I played soccer occasionally with some classmates. Alright, I'm afraid I'm going to have to recommend you refrain from doing that, at least for the time being. Oh. My lack of reaction makes him raise an eyebrow, but really, I'm not too bothered by him forbidding me to kick a ball around. I guess I never did it out of burning passion for the sport, just to have something to do. That's fair. Any kind of concussion might be very dangerous to your heart, and risking another attack is not a good idea. Was the previous one caused by sudden concussion to the chest area? There is no mention of the cause to your papers. Not exactly. I sidestep the question acceptedly, and he glances at me over his papers with a more serious expression on his face. Still, you need to keep your body healthy, so some exercise would do you good. We have physical therapy and such available. As I said, I don't think you really need such heavy measures. Just get some light exercise regularly. Brisk walks or even light jogging, jumping rope, that sort of thing. Swimming, maybe? There's a pool here. So I was told. You were? Very good. At any rate, and I'm sure you've been told this before, you just need to take care not to overexert yourself. He wags his finger to emphasize the point. No need, really. I've heard this 1,000 times already. Absolutely no unnecessary risks. Take care of yourself. Okay. He goes over my papers one more time and sets them on the desk, obviously content. Good. That's it, then. Come meet me if you ever need anything, or need something. God. Ha. Yeah, alrighty then. Good. I'm ushered out before I even realize it. A quick visit indeed. I end up standing in front of the main building and the auxiliary building, although to my eyes, they still look one and the same. I remember one of the high schools I went to. It was like there was one part of the building and there was another part, but they looked like if you stood at like both entrances to each one, you would think that they're separate, but they're not. They're connected by like a small there's like a small corner at where they both like meet, and it's like one goes outside, one goes to one part of it, one goes to the other part of it. And I don't know. It's just really interesting. It's the first real look I get at the other students, so I watch people coming out of the school going towards the gate or the dorms. Everyone seems to know where they are going. I still keep thinking that most of them don't look too special for being students at a special school. Then again, neither do I. Does that make me one of them? One of us? One of us. One of us. One of us. I should go somewhere too, to prevent me from getting lost. It's around dinner time, but I feel tired instead of hungry. The wariness in me only grows as I trudge towards the dorms, set a little way apart from the main building complex. There is a garden of sorts between the school and the dorm, shrubbery, flowers, and that overbearing smell of fresh cut grass that fills the atmosphere. That's a good smell. Fresh cut grass smells really good. It dawns on my tired mind that the smell feels novel because I haven't been outside at all for so long. Alright. The dorm building is big and made of red brick like the others. It feels way too pompous for what it is. So I push forward, going inside. God, I don't know what's wrong with me. God. It takes more time than necessary to fish out the key I was given from my pocket. Room 119. Despite the ornate exterior, the inside of the dorm is fairly new, functional, and boring. Just like in the main building, the halls and doors are wide to accommodate wheelchairs. The same goes for the elevators at the ends of the hallways. God, my voice right now just sucks. I poke my head around the corner of the common room door. Inside, a few students are watching the television. One nods and gives a quick hello before turning back to the TV. Seems that only the girls around here are sociable. I suppose that's perfectly fine with me. Hey, my man. Hey. I climb the stairs to the upper floor. Here, small corridors branch off from the main hallway. Each of these minor holes seems to have a toilet and shower, as well as 4 rooms. And about halfway down the hall, I spy room 119. The nameplates on the rooms adjacent to mine are blank. I guess there are just 2 of us here. Light shines from below the door of room 117, so I knock lightly. Hello? Is anyone home? From inside, I hear a few movements, then the clicking of way more locks than I thought these doors had. After a moment, the door squeaks open. That's a big word. A bespeculated boy is standing in the doorway. I like this music. I like the music. I haven't talked about that enough, actually. The music is nice. The music's really calming. It's just like it's all very serious, but it's like the music doesn't make it feel like as serious. I don't know. That's just a personal thing, I guess. I don't feel as like I'm not like, I guess I don't take this situation as like serious as I should. He was looking at me very intently through his extremely thick eyeglasses. I don't have glasses, so I can't do it. Who is it? Blind? No, at least not completely. Why would he have eyeglasses if he was? He leans closer to me until our noses are almost touching. His breath stinks of garlic. Isao Nakai. I'm moving into the next room. I thought I should introduce my... His face suddenly brightens in realization and he stands back upright, thrusting his hand out in a smiling greeting, almost straight to my diaphragm. Oh, sup, dude. The name's Kenji. Ah, hi. I take Kenji's sweaty hand and shake it, still a little rattled by the sudden change of attitude and vehement welcome. There were some suspicious-looking people going in and out of your room earlier. It was probably my parents. Your parents? You sure? Because they could have been some other people, too. You can't judge a book by its cover. This out-of-place proverb is left hanging between us awkwardly, as I try to think of some way to respond. I'd say the chances are high enough. Yeah, his parents were there dropping his stuff off while he went to school. So maybe he's not wrong. He shudders and makes some exaggerated hand gestures. You're a brave man, Hisao. Me? I don't think I could trust the chances. The only one I trust is myself. Does that mean I shouldn't get to know you either? He thinks about this for a while. A wise decision. Kenji, you're cool. You're cool, Kenji. Damn, you were smarter than you look. Probably. What do you look like? I hope not smart. What the fuck? He squints his eyes and leans closer again, but I lean backwards to dodge it. Never mind. Doesn't matter. With that, he turns, fumbles around for a moment, and starts to the door handle, and shuts the door behind him. I slide the key into the lock of the door marked 119. I'm taking his parents had a key then. Bleak beige walls, white linen, a desk made of some type of light wood, ugly curtains. It's no one's room. Impersonal, like my hospital was. And like my hospital room was. My bags are sitting at the foot of my bed, looking a lot emptier than they did this morning. The closet is sitting open, stocked with my clothes. Also, it seems that there are a number of school uniforms hanging there as well. A note is pinned to the sleeve of one of the shirts. Hi, Hee-chan. We've unpacked your things and made your bed. They said that if these don't fit, then you should go to the office tomorrow. If you have any problems, you can always call us. Love, Mom and Dad. Didn't realize his parents called him that too. I think, oh, that's why he didn't want Misha to call him that, because his parents already do. It's kind of, yeah. Well, at least I don't have to worry about unpacking. I kind of hoped I would have, then there would be something to do. Yeah, I suppose like when you first move into a dorm, you don't generally have anything to do, especially if you don't have a roommate. Like if you're by yourself, you don't have anything to do. So, even unpacking, something as simple as unpacking is fun, or not fun, but something to do. At least it gives you something to do, so you kind of just, I don't know, you feel like you've done something, but then you just don't do anything. I put the note down on the desktop and lie down on the bed, feeling drained. Lying there makes me want to read something, but I have nothing with me. I wonder if the hospital conditioned me for wanting to read whenever I have nothing to do. The restless urge just keeps growing until I have to stand up. Maybe it's stress or something. I was pretty nervous about it before coming in for the entire day today, so I still am, I think. Damn, I have to distract myself somehow so I won't be this unnatural all the time. Tomorrow, I'll go borrow some books from the library. Yeah, I'll do that. But for now, bottles of medications neatly arranged on my night table catch my eye. Jeez, sorry if you guys heard my dog. I pick up one and shake it just to hear the contents rattle inside and then read the glued-on pharmacy label. Hisao Nakai. 2 tablets daily to stay alive. Alright. It doesn't really say that, but it could just as well. Okay. It's kind of twisted having your life depend on chemicals like this. I resent it a little, but what choice do I have? With a sigh, I begin my new daily ritual of taking the right number of pills from each bottle, being careful to check the correct dosages. I lie down again, feeling hollow and uncertain, and after that I keep staring at the blank, unfamiliar ceiling for a long time. Now it's nighttime. It's nighttime here as well. I should record more in the day. It doesn't start looking any more familiar, not even after darkness falls and long shadows draw across my fingers. The sheets feel slightly more comfortable, warm and nest-like against the chill that passes for room temperature here. Soon the lighter shade of darkness that is the ceiling looks like every ceiling does at night, and it becomes the only thing I recognize anymore. The night beckons me to sleep, and I feel the coldness of unfamiliarity and fear creeping up my spine once again. I keep drifting further away from the world I knew. You know, some people might say like, oh, if your throat sucks, or if your throat hurts, stop reading, stop talking. What I have to say to that is that I feel like when you do a series about a visual novel, I feel like it's just not as entertaining, or not as like, to me it's just boring, just if I were to try and just read the stuff in my head and then comment on things. But it's like, if I'm reading the words, I feel like I'm getting, I'm keeping stuff. There's always something going on, basically. There's always something being said. I'm always talking, basically. And I would prefer that, because I have a history in a lot of previous videos where I just didn't like to talk that much. And I think it just comes with doing YouTube. It's like you feel shy at first, but I've kind of become a lot more open, even though no one watches my content. So, yeah, it's kind of weird. Solid morning light shimmers against the light gray ceiling. I had forgotten to draw the curtains closed this is my room, isn't it? My room. This is the third room this year I'm supposed to call mine. various things around here remind me that indeed it's me who is supposed to be the one living here. My bag's on the floor, my new school books on the desk, my numerous medications on the night table. You know, I remember getting my high school textbooks back in like high school, and I remember my freshman year, I remember people telling me that like getting a locker is smart because you could put everything in it, but if I learned anything from middle school, because teachers wouldn't allow you to carry your backpacks around with you, and yeah, teachers wouldn't allow you to carry your backpacks around, like it was mandatory to use lockers, and let's see what else. Yeah, anyways, continuing on the story, I was just like, dude, these textbooks aren't that heavy. I'm just gonna carry them. Oh yeah, right. In my middle school, we had to carry around our binders and stuff. But I honestly felt like that that one got binders to break more because you're using them more, you're dragging them around, you drop them. People would binder check you. Binder checking was huge when I was in middle school. It was awful. I got binder checked a few times. Like one time I got binder checked, and I was one of those people where if you got binder checked, like most of your papers would just flop right out. They would just fall out of your binder. And I remember after a while, I went through like 3 binders a year in middle school. I'm not even kidding. That's not even an exaggeration. I legit would go through like 3 or 4 binders a year. It was not a joke. And then in high school, I went through like 1 or 2 backpacks a year. So I would rather go through like backpacks than binders, because backpacks are at least easier to come across, I guess. Not easier to come across, but they just last longer. Like I remember I had one binder. It was like where the front part of it came off, ripped off, so all I had was just the back. All I had was the back piece with like all the rings on and stuff, so I had all my papers and everything. Nothing was covered, nothing was hidden, everything was just all open for people to see. And I remember my friends didn't binder check me because of that, because my binder was just so fucked that, like, you know, it was obvious that if they did it, like, more papers would fly out. It would probably break the rings of my binder more. That's probably what kept breaking the rings of my binder, was dropping it / binder checking, because sometimes I would just drop it by accident. I went on a longer talk about that than I needed to, but yeah, I remember in high school, I really loved just carrying everything around. It was like, I got so used to it too. Like, I never complained about my backpack being heavy. Like, if anything, I wouldn't complain about it. I would just be like, oh, okay, yeah, all right, I'll get used to this. Like, this is just something I gotta get used to, so I'd get used to it. And it's like, and then like I'd take it off every day and then put it back on every morning. I'm just like, it was a relief to take it off every day. Like, every day I'd get home from school in high school, I would just set my backpack down in my room, wouldn't touch it, would not touch it for the rest of the afternoon / evening. I wouldn't touch it for the rest of the day. Felt good. I went on talking about that much longer than I should have. So let's continue anyways. I stare at the bottles for a moment, deliberating until I open a bottle, shake out a pill, and pop out a tablet from the foil sheet. I down them with a chaser of water without thinking about the chemistry. My uniforms are in the closet. God, I felt like I was going to throw up there from my dinner combined with water. I slink out from under the sheets and stretch my back before dressing up. I need to do that more. Putting on a new school uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose, but the feeling of fresh cloth against my back is a good one, a natural one. It feels like a school uniform, as it should. It's not much different from what I used to wear before. That goes for other things too. So far, this place seems more or less like a normal school, except for the people. I think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday, Misha's constant laughter as Shizune's sweep and sign language gestures. Well, I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure others are. Or perhaps people like them are what passes for normal around here. Yeah, what does pass for normal around here? What do people do? I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around after classes yesterday, so maybe maybe there are clubs. If so, I wonder if I should join one. Like I said, I have done some. I think I said in the first episode I actually did do some research on this visual novel, so I'm pretty sure I remember some of the girls. Like I already knew about the girl with the purple hair covering her eye. I already knew about her. And there's a blonde girl, I believe she's blind. And then, yeah. I forgot Misha's disability. All through class, the question remains on my mind, so I decided to ask Shizune about it when we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I wanted to know, I should ask her. She crosses her arms and shifts her gaze slowly to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the easier of her pencil down so that the top is perfectly and evenly flat. Aha, sorry, Shi-chan. Is there something you want from me? Oh, I see. That's a good question, He-chan. My first thought is that means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway, Misha, please don't prove me right. Oh, that's right. Everyone is encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. There are also school events like the festival coming up in a few days. Almost every student in the school tends to help out with it, doing whatever. So, you actually transferred in a busy time. Maybe you can help out too. Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes. Wahaha, I don't know, He-chan. The truth is, it's a local event, and I'm not from this area, so... She starts sighing desperately to Shizune, asking her to bail her out. Shizune adjusts her glasses at the end of an oddly grandiose flourish and starts sighing hard and heavy. Huh, oh. Who cares? Misha puffs out her chest as she shouts Shizune's words out at me with a disproportionate amount of pride. God, it's been a while since I've seen that word written. I almost forgot what it was. Too loud, I could see heads starting to look in our direction. Not so loud. Human beings evolve with each new generation. The ideas and beliefs behind a festival will inevitably change with time. Now it's about delicious fried food and amusing little games that you play to win prizes. The teacher clears his throat very loudly. Battling his long wooden pointer against his other palm like a baton, he shoots a pointed gaze at us. Finally noticing where we are, Misha. God, I'm tired. God. Finally noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly quiets down. Shizune doesn't seem embarrassed at all, though brushing it off without a care. We are in the middle of class and should start working. That's right, Shi-chan. What? That's right. He-chan, are you asking because you're interested in joining a club? It could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think I saw a suspicious glance exchanged between them. Misha's tone has also changed, although it does that every other word anyway. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Misha and Shizune look at each other again. I'm about to ask what they have in mind when something dark flutters in my peripheral vision, catching my attention. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the girl with long, dark hair get up from her desk and slip silently towards the door. It doesn't seem like she was working in any groove, and no one seems to notice her but me. Oh my god, this reminds me of my senior year. We had a partner, no, I didn't mean to do air quotes, ignore that. I meant to just hold up to. We had a partner, little research thing we had to do. Little partner thing we had to do. And so we, as I was doing it, the girl I was supposed to be working with, like when we were assigned groups, she looked at me at the start, and then like I started on it because I was like, I want to get this done. So I started on it. We were supposed to present it, I think, either that day or the next day. These classes were like over an hour long, so we had plenty of time to get it done. It was close to the end of the semester too, aka close to the end of the year, I think. And so yeah. So I remember I did all the work. I did all the research on, we were supposed to look up attacks and stuff, or no, we were assigned attacks and stuff. It was for terrorism. We were doing research on terrorism. It was a short research project. We were supposed to write down, we were given specific things to write down. They weren't hard, and there weren't that many. So it was really easy. I got it done in like a short amount of time. I don't remember exactly how long it was, but I got it done in a short amount of time. So when it came to presenting, I think I was the only one who was presenting, and when it came to my turn, I was the only one who presented. I was the only one that got up and actually did it. And so when I got up there, my teacher looks at me, he's so confused, he's like, "It's just you?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Who's your partner?" And I was just like, "Oh, she left the class a while ago." He just looks at the class. He just looks at the rest of the class. He's like, "We all know who that was." And it's true. We all knew who it was. This girl would leave class like every day. I don't know if she had good reasons. I don't know if she didn't have good reasons. I didn't want to call her out on it. I felt like it was none of my business. I was the quiet kid in class. Like, no one knew me. So I was just like, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. And that's what ended up happening. Well, and then I did the project, and I got a good grade. I think I got an A on it, so it was easy. It was super easy. It was just copying stuff down from the internet, so it really wasn't that hard. The only thing I really had to do, the hardest thing I had to do was search it up and find it, so, oh, that's so hard. So yeah, I had the laziest girl in my class as my partner, and I was really upset, but at the same time I was like, you know what, I can do it. What's this music? Oh, this music. Oh, I like this music. Alright. It's not a contest because contests are competitions over a prize. If there's no prize on the line, it's not really a contest. There are friendly competitions where you don't really have a prize other than like maybe just satisfaction of winning. Shizune's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. That does not look like a dangerous competitive glare. She stares at me as if surprised that I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest to her. Never noticed before how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze. Are you sure, He-chan? Very sure. Hi, you're wrong, He-chan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in the class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities, and the prize is the satisfaction of proving them. Shizune pushes her glasses up to the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. I'd argue more about the bells ringing, and she quickly picks up her bag, looking at me expectantly. I'd almost forgotten that I was supposed to have lunch with them. Where do you want to eat? The cafeteria? That's so plain. Okay, let's go. Plain, well, I guess. At my old school, I liked to eat outside near the back of the building. It was a good spot, but I didn't find it until near the end of my freshman year. Wonder if there's a similar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. Yeah, at my high school, it was like, you were allowed to eat, like, pretty much almost anywhere on campus. Like, there were obviously restrictions because students being loud and stuff, which sucked. Like, I remember there was an entire building closed off for during my lunch period because other students ruined it for me. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Alright, well this is going to be where I end off the video. No, I'm not trying to do a 40-minute series. This just so happens to be, coincidentally, where I end off the second video as well. Next episode I'm going to try and make longer. I don't know when the next episode will be, because I officially start working, like, soon. I know I said I got a job, like, a month ago, but I haven't done any hard work, so. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. And if you want to help my channel grow, hit that subscribe button right down there. And if you want to be notified of when I upload, because YouTube's subscription feed is whack, hit that bell icon as well. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.